Rice is your lifeline when the shelves are empty. Listen up, America. While you're scrolling through your phone right now, global rice reserves are hitting critical lows. The 2025 climate disasters have devastated rice production across Asia, and prices have tripled since last year. The government won't tell you this, but food security experts are predicting severe rice shortages by winter. Are you prepared? I don't care if you're in Florida, Michigan, or California, everyone needs to pay attention right now, because what I'm about to share could be the difference between feeding your family and going hungry when things get ugly. Hey folks, welcome back to Prepping Guide channel. I'm Dave, and today we're diving into something absolutely so crucial for your long-term food security: how to store rice for 30+ years. Rice is practically perfect for long-term storage. It's dirt cheap, loaded with carbs for energy, and over half the world's population depends on it daily. If you're not stockpiling rice, you're making a potentially fatal mistake. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button and notification bell because the information in today's video might literally save your family's life someday. And trust me, with what's happening in the world right now, someday might be a lot sooner than you think. Why rice is the ultimate survival food. Look, rice isn't just another item for your pantry. It's your insurance policy against starvation. When properly stored, white rice can last 30+ years and still be perfectly edible. That's not an exaggeration. The Mormon Church has documented cases of 30-year-old properly stored rice being virtually indistinguishable from fresh rice. Rice is calorie-dense, giving you roughly 1,600 calories per pound. A single 50-pound bag can provide one person with 1,000 calories daily for nearly 3 months. At current prices, that's about $40.60 for 3 months of survival food. Name another food that gives you that much bang for your buck. I'll wait. Plus, rice is versatile. You can cook it dozens of ways. It's easy to digest, rarely causes allergies, and it pairs with virtually anything. When the grocery stores are empty, you'll be thanking me for pushing you to store this miracle grain. White rice vs. brown rice vs. critical difference. Now listen carefully, because this could be a $1,000 mistake. While brown rice is healthier with its bran layer intact, containing more nutrients and fiber than white rice, it has a fatal flaw for long-term storage. The oils in the bran layer of brown rice will go rancid. According to Utah State University research, brown rice only lasts 6–12 months at room temperature, maybe 18 months in a refrigerator, and at most 2 years in a freezer. After that, it's garbage. Wasted money and wasted storage space. White rice, on the other hand, has had the oily bran layer removed during processing. This is why it can last for decades when properly stored. The trade-off of slightly lower nutrition for massively increased shelf life is a no-brainer for serious preppers. If you're worried about nutrition, store some multivitamins with your rice cache. Problem solved. Before I show you the best storage methods, you need to understand what we're fighting against. 4 horsemen are coming for your rice stockpile. Oxygen exposure to oxygen causes oxidation, which eventually breaks down food. This is why simply keeping rice in its original packaging is a recipe for disaster. Moisture never stays. Even small amounts of moisture can lead to mold, sprouting, and spoilage. Most Americans live in climates that are way too humid for simple rice storage. Light, UV exposure degrades food quality over time. Your beautiful glass jars on the kitchen counter, they're slowly killing your food supply. Pests, rice weevils, grain beetles, and moths can destroy your entire stockpile. And here's the terrifying part: stays, eggs are often already in the rice you bought. That's right. Those little monsters are just waiting to hatch. Let me be crystal clear. If you don't address all 4 of these threats, you're wasting your time and money, period. The absolute best method for 30+ year rice storage. Alright, I've tested pretty much every method out there, and I'm gonna give you the gold standard for truly long-term rice storage. This isn't what's cheapest or easiest merits. This is what works for 30+ years. 0. Start with food-grade 5-gallon buckets with Gamma Seal lids. These cost about $10–15 each, but are worth every penny for their durability and airtight seal. 0. Line each bucket with a 5-gallon Mylar bag. Don't cheap out here, mice. Get 5+ mil thickness Mylar bags. The thin ones can tear too easily. 0. Add 1 cup of rice to the Mylar bag and check thoroughly for any bugs, debris, or foreign objects. You'd be surprised what can slip through quality control these days. 0. Fill the Mylar bag with rice, leaving about 3 inches of space at the top. As you fill, periodically shake and tap the bucket to settle the rice and eliminate air pockets. 0. Place 2000 cc of oxygen absorbers in each 5-gallon bag. For smaller containers, use 300 to 500 cc per gallon of storage space. This is non-negotiable if you want true 30-plus year shelf life. 0. Squeeze out as much air as possible and seal the Mylar bag with a household iron. Work from the edges toward the center, leaving a small opening to allow remaining air to escape. 0. Once sealed, immediately close the bucket with the Gamma Seal lid. Label with contents and date using a permanent marker. 0. Store buckets in a cool, dark, dry place. Ideal temperature is below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Each fluctuation of 10 degrees Fahrenheit cuts shelf life by approximately 50%. One 5-gallon bucket prepared this way holds approximately 33 pounds of rice and provides roughly 53,000 calories. For a family of 4, I recommend a minimum of 10 buckets as your starter stockpile. Alternative storage methods for shorter time frames. If you're looking for more budget-friendly options or don't need 30-plus years of storage, here are some alternatives. The 2-liter bottle method 5-10-year storage. This is great for those on a tight budget. Clean and thoroughly dry use 2-liter soda bottles. Fill with rice, packing it down tightly as you go. The rice itself acts as a natural oxygen absorber, and within a year you'll notice the bottle sides getting sucked in as the oxygen is depleted. To maximize effectiveness, freeze the rice for 5 days before bottling to kill any insect eggs. 0. Add a bay leaf to each bottle as a natural pest deterrent. 0. Store filled bottles in a cool, dark place. While not as effective as the Mylar bucket method, many preppers report this approach keeping rice good for 5-10 years, which is still impressive for nearly zero cost. The vacuum-sealed jar method 10-15-year storage. For those who like to visually inspect their stores, mason jars with proper vacuum sealing can work well. Fill clean, dry jars with rice. Add an oxygen absorber to each jar. Use a food saver with jar attachment to vacuum seal. Store in a dark location. This method gives you 10-15 years of shelf life and the ability to quickly see if anything is wrong with your rice. Let's talk about those rice weevils. They're probably the most underestimated threat to your food security. These tiny beetles lay eggs inside individual grains of rice, which means the eggs are often already present in rice you purchase. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Every batch of rice should be considered contaminated until treated. The eggs are microscopic, so looking carefully at your rice doesn't help. The gold standard for eliminating pests is freeze your rice at 0 degrees Fahrenheit for a minimum of 7 days before storage. Not 1-2 days like some YouTubers claim. This ensures all life stages of insects are killed. For added protection, add diatomaceous earth, food grade only, at a ratio of 1 tablespoon per 5-10 pounds of rice. It's non-toxic to humans but fatal to insects. If you discover an infestation in stored rice, don't panic and don't automatically throw it out. Small infestations can be fixed by freezing the rice again, then sifting out the dead insects before repackaging. Storing rice is only half the battle. You need a management system to ensure you're using and replacing it efficiently. The worst-case scenario is discovering your decade-old stockpile has gone bad because you never used or checked it. Implement these stockpile management practices. 1. The first in, first out, FIFO system. Arrange buckets so the oldest rice is most accessible. When adding new rice to your stockpile, place it behind older supplies. Use the oldest rice first for regular cooking. 2. Regular inspections. Every 6 months, inspect a small sample from each storage container. Look for signs of moisture, pest activity, or off smells. Check that seals remain intact. 3. Sample testing. Once a year, cook a small amount from your oldest container. Verify taste, texture, and cooking properties remain acceptable. Document any changes to help predict maximum storage life. 4. Rotation schedule. Even with 30-plus year potential, aim to rotate through your entire supply every 10 years. This ensures maximum nutritional value and optimal taste. Use rotation events like camping trips or power outages to cycle through older stock. Best practices for different storage conditions. Let's be real. Not everyone has an underground bunker with perfect temperature control. Your storage conditions will dramatically impact how long your rice lasts, so let's address different scenarios. Apartment dwellers. Utilize underbed storage space for buckets. Convert closets to food storage by installing shelving. Consider renting a small climate-controlled storage unit if space is severely limited. Hot climate residence. Storage in garages or attics can reduce shelf life by 75% or more. Prioritize the coolest part of your home, even if it's less convenient. Consider insulating storage areas from temperature extreme. Never store directly on concrete floors, which transfer temperature fluctuations. High humidity regions. Double the oxygen absorbers in your containers. Add silica gel desiccant packets alongside oxygen absorbers. Consider vacuum sealing smaller quantities within larger containers. Check seals more frequently for signs of failure. Using your stored rice in emergencies. When disaster strikes and you need to access your rice stockpile, remember these critical points. Cooking without power. A rocket stove can cook rice efficiently using just small twigs and branches. Solar ovens work well for rice if you have 2–3 hours of good sunlight. Store a minimum of 2 gallons of water per pound of rice you plan to cook. Extended power outages. Pre-soak rice for 30 minutes to reduce cooking time by 50%. If water is limited, try the thermos method. Bring rice to boil, then transfer to thermos for 2 hours. Always cook extra for cold leftovers when fuel is scarce. Maximizing nutrition. Add sprouted lentils to rice to create a complete protein. Mix in wild edibles when possible to enhance nutrient content. A tablespoon of coconut oil per cup of cooked rice adds valuable calories and fat. Financial aspect of bulk rice storage. Let's talk dollars and cents. In 2025, white rice is still one of the most cost-effective calories you can buy. Bulk white rice costs approximately 80 cents, 1.20 per pound, depending on quality and location. Each pound provides roughly 1,600 calories. That's about 5 cents per 100 calories. Compare that to other survival foods. Freeze-dried meals, 50–80 cents per 100 calories, 30–40 cents per 100 calories. Canned goods, 25–35 cents per 100 calories. For a family of 4 with a 1-year supply of rice, 400 pounds, you're looking at an investment of around $400–500. That same caloric value in freeze-dried foods would cost over $4,000. Even better, rice prices have historically risen 3–5% annually, making it not just survival food but an inflation-resistant investment. The rice you buy today will almost certainly cost more next year. My tips and mistakes to avoid. Before we wrap up, let me debunk some dangerous myths I've seen floating around YouTube and prepper forums. Myth number 1, just buy rice in bulk and store it in the original bag in a cool place. Original packaging offers almost zero protection against moisture, pests, or oxygen. This approach will waste your money and potentially leave you hungry. Myth number 2, a few oxygen absorbers tossed in will make rice last forever. Wrong. Oxygen absorbers only work in truly airtight containers. A plastic bucket with a regular lid still allows air exchange. Use proper sealing methods. Myth number 3, brown rice is better for long-term storage because it's more nutritious. Absolutely not. As confirmed by yuppiesurvivalist.co, brown rice's oils go rancid within 6–12 months. All that nutrition does you no good when the rice is inedible. Myth number 4, you don't need to rotate your rice stockpile. Dangerous thinking. Even with perfect storage, you should periodically check and rotate your supply to ensure it remains viable. Food security isn't a one-and-done project. Conclusion, your call to action. Listen. America is facing unprecedented challenges in 2025. Global rice production is down 12% from historic averages. Supply chains are still fragile, and most of your neighbors have less than a week's worth of food on hand. Having a 30+ year supply of rice isn't paranoia, it's practical insurance against an uncertain future. According to extension.usu.edu, families should store about 300 pounds of grains per person in a 1-year supply, with 25 to 60 pounds of that being rice. Start today. Begin with just one 5-gallon bucket properly prepared, then add another next month. Before you know it, you'll have genuine food security that outlasts most other preps. Remember, when the grocery stores are empty, no amount of money will buy you food that doesn't exist. The time to prepare is now, while rice is still affordable and available. If this video helped you, please smash that like button and share it with someone you care about. Their future might depend on this information. Until next time, stay prepared, and God bless America.